When I was 10 years old, my dad took me to a judo tournament. And judo is this Japanese sport where, at least if you're a kid, you get to wear a white pajama, you get to run around, you get to throw other kids on the floor, and I thought it was a blast. So my dad took me to this tournament, and we had to drive for about 2 hours. And it was in this big gymnasium. And I can still smell that gymnasium. I can smell the locker rooms, the mat, the linoleum on the floor. Not all pleasant smells, but it's very vivid. And I was very small for my age. That meant my center of gravity was really low. So it was hard to get me on the ground, because practically already there, right? So I was pretty good at it. And in that tournament, I ended up on the podium. In fact, in the middle of it. So that meant that I got to go home with this big trophy. And if you're 10 years old, that's a big deal. So I remember sitting in the car with this big thing, and it was gold, blue, it had like a ribbon. I still have it. And my dad said, "What does it say?" And I was thinking, who cares what it says? And he insisted, "What does it say?" So I checked, and I read out loud, "First place, national championships, under 25 kilograms. And I seriously had no idea what he was trying to tell me. I had to go home and had to have my mom spell it out for me, that I won a national championship. So I was pretty good at judo. And one of the things that I was really good at was something called sutemi waza. And sutemi comes from the verb suteru. Suteru means to throw away or discard. And waza means technique. So a sutemi waza is a technique where when you get taken off balance, you don't resist. So when you resist, you tend to tense up. And if you become rigid, it actually becomes easier to be thrown. So instead of resisting, you study it, you explore it, you see what happens, and you go with it. And in the last moment, before you hit the floor, you execute your technique. So the theme of the TED Talk is reset. And you could say that resetting is a form of regaining your balance. Now, the moral of this judo story could be that not everything that takes you off balance is necessarily negative. Okay? It could be that if you are not too rigid and you go with it, it's easier to get up. It could be that if you really study it and you fall, you'll learn. So you fall, and you fall better. Now, I could stop right here, right? And you'll learn that a couple of TED Talks are actually under 3 minutes, believe it or not. But I have something more important to share with you. And I want to start with a question, which is, how the hell did I get so good at that sutemi thing? Why? Does anybody have any idea? Any thoughts? Practice. Thank you. Man, I practiced. I trained like crazy. Right? I trained at the club on the mats. I trained at home. I trained on my mom. I trained on my dad. I trained on my siblings. I trained in the schoolyard. That got me a visit to the principal's office one day. And I tried to tell him, he threw me first. And I was right. but he wouldn't have it, right? So I got my punishment anyway. But you could say that I was really fit for Sutemi. Now, when I say I was really fit to do that, I know that everybody in this audience, when you think of physical health, you understand that you need some fitness. Okay? If you came up to this high school and you walked across the lawn, you walked up the stairs and you were out of breath, you know you better hit the gym tomorrow. Right? But at the same time, if you feel a little foggy, or you feel a little anxious, or nervous, or depressed, we somehow think that good information and a bag of pills is going to do the job. Now, think of this for a moment, okay? Because that is completely ridiculous in physical health. Think for a moment that you would like to, let's say, you would like to be better at dunking a basketball. So you want to jump higher. You go to a gym, and there's Mr. Fitness Trainer who shows you how to do a deadlift. Okay? He shows you how to do a deadlift. Maybe he explains it, he does one for you. And then he goes, all right, now you can go home. Good luck with your deadlift. Good luck with your basketball. That's $150. Now, that would be completely nuts. Right? That'd be completely nuts. You know you need to train. Just information isn't going to do the job. You know you need to put in the reps. And you can't just do a deadlift and then think you can jump. You need to jump. So, and I hear you thinking, well, in mental, does that apply to mental health? Well, some of you may be actually training, or you may think you're training, right? Some of you may be thinking, oh, I journal. I write down my perspectives of the day. Or I write down my goals. No. My psychologist actually gives me exercises. No, wait. You have your meditation app. Right? I have this meditation app, man. I go lie on my bed. I put the candle on, right? Yeah, I lie on my bed. I got some incense burning, okay? And I got waterfall sounds. No, raindrop sounds. And I got this cool person who guides me through this exercise. But are you really training? Well, let me illustrate that for you. Can you please think of the last time you were mentally challenged? I'm sure we can all think of a time, right? But a good one. One where you really could have used some hardcore relaxation skills. Okay? Everybody got one? Now let me ask you, what was your heart rate? What was your blood pressure like? What was your blood chemistry like? Was there some adrenaline going? Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I can tell you one thing for certain. It was nothing like when you were lying on your bed with your incense and your candlelight and your meditation app. It was completely different. So, you may think, well, does that really apply to mental health, right? Now here's a newsflash for you. Your brain is a physical organ. It's not only in your body, it's part of your body. Just like any other organ, it adapts if you push it to capacity. You have to push it to capacity for it to adapt. It's with any organ in the body. Okay? So, you can take principles, training principles from exercise science, and apply them. You overload. You overload the capacity so that some adaptation occurs. You progress that overload to optimize the adaptation and to maintain it. And you train different systems until they're functional. So, the paradigm in mental health still hasn't changed. All right? We have some celebrities that have come out and have shown all of us how important it is to get support, which is great. But my message to you and to everybody is it's not whether Michael Phelps should have gotten support in 2004 when he got his first depression after an Olympic, instead of 10 years later when he was thinking of killing himself. And it's not about Naomi Osaka getting support or help 4 years ago instead of this year after the Indian Wells tournament when she got heckled. It's not about support. Well, support is good. Therapy is good. Recovery is good. But we need skills instead of support. We need training instead of therapy. Not when you're 20, when you're 12. Okay? And we need prevention instead of recovery. So it's time to address fitness in mental health. Now, I'm not sharing this with you for your entertainment. I hope it is entertaining. And I'm not sharing this with you to make you any smarter. What I would like to do is I would like you to change the way you go about taking care of your mental health. Now, I lead a very small team of scientists and creative people to provide you with a solution. But we are still in a beta phase. So instead, I have two very practical suggestions for you. First of all, and you don't have to wait for me, you don't have to wait for anybody. You can do this right now. Okay? First of all, take care of your physical fitness. Your brain's in your body. Anything that's physically supportive is mentally supportive. Anything that's physically disruptive is mentally disruptive. So go to the gym. Go do CrossFit. Go do Zumba. Go do parkour. Go do jiu-jitsu, dance, swim, play tennis. It doesn't matter. But take care of your physical fitness. That's one. Okay? And the last one is a creative little twist to your physical fitness. Don't think of it as just physical. Think of it as mind-body fitness. So next time you do your workout, and you're done, and you're about to do your cool down, take out that meditation app. There's nothing wrong with it. Or find a cool mental exercise that you like. But do it right away after you've done your workout. So you're still sore. You're still tired. You still have some adrenaline going. Your heart rate's still up. Now do it. Because this way your body gets used to applying a technique under a certain level of discomfort. And by very definition, when you need that technique, you're in discomfort. Okay? Now I want to leave you with one more thing. And that is, it's not what you know that makes you fit. Okay? It's how you translate what you know into action. So we can sit here all day and debate, or you can nod your head and agree with me. But until you step up and you do something with it, nothing's going to change. So you already have a brain. You already have a body. I just gave you two simple tools. I'm going to give you much more later. Okay? So the ball is in your court. You have everything you need to put some fitness into your mental health. Thank you for your attention.